This is the Global Economic Commodities Scrap Metal and Recycling Report by BENLEE Roll-Off Trailers and Open-Top Scrap Gondola Trailers, December 2nd, 2019. This is a special remote edition. U.S. steel production fell to 1.861 million tons on a slow growth economy. Oil fell to $55.49 a barrel despite OPEC production cuts to try and keep prices high and on very slow demand growth. U.S. weekly oil production rose to yet another new record of 12.9 million barrels a day, continuing the terrific 10-year trend up. Truly outstanding U.S. economic news. Iron ore rose to $87 a ton on continued slow growth and on a manufacturing upturn in China. Scrap steel number one HMS was steady at 202.67, but supply is weak coming into recycling operations, so December prices could be up $20 a gross ton or more. Hot rolled coil steel rose to $27.77/100 as steel mills increased prices to pass along the increased price of scrap metal and the higher price of iron ore. Copper rose to $2.66 per pound on the continued slow economic growth. Aluminum also rose and it went to 80.2 cents per pound on the same slow growth economy. China's November manufacturing index rose to 50.2, showing the first expansion in factory activity since April as output increased the most in 8 months. New orders and buying activity both returned to growth and sentiment strengthened as well. U.S. wage growth in October rose to 4.89% versus last year. Of course, this is good news and bad news. Higher wages are inflationary, but higher wages bring more spending and a better economy. U.S. economic growth in Q3, the third quarter, rose to 2.1%, but is forecasted to slow to about 2.0%. The U.S. needs the 4, 5, and 6% growth the White House forecasted. The current growth is too slow to stop the horrific growing government deficits, which will lead to an even slower economy. U.S. durable goods orders in November rose 0.6%. Fabricated metal products led the increase, and transportation equipment rose as well. Orders for non-defense goods, excluding aircraft, are a key measure. They surged 1.2%. That's great economic news. U.S. consumer confidence in November rose to 96.8, the highest in 4 months. Future expectations rose as inflation expectations remained at 2.5%. Strong feelings of both optimism and pessimism exist as the consumer remains strong and industrial remains weak. U.S. new single-family home sales fell, but remain near the 10-year high. Sadly, this is only at the level of the mid-1970s, 45 years ago, as U.S. growth remains in a slow growth mode. Wall Street's Dow Jones average rose to 28,051 on continued but slowing economic growth. The 10-year run-up in the Dow continues. At BENLEE, having a roll-off trailer for sale is one of the keys to our business. But if you need a roll-off trailer for rent by the month or by the year, call 1-800-825-1255. That's Premier Truck Sales and Rental for late model BENLEE roll-off trailers for rent or even great used roll-off trailers for sale. As always, feel free to call, leave a message on LinkedIn, or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.